Hey guys, so we just reached Hyderabad yesterday in the night at around 1 a.m. Sorry, and once I reached, I was super tired because 2 days we were almost 3 days we were in the blazing hot summer in Aurangabad, and as you guys know that it is full of caves and all. So basically, it is all rock, and in rocky areas, the heat reflects actually even more. So I was very tired. I just came and I slept. I crashed. I just got up in the morning and then I'm just stepping out for something. But I just wanted to close the vlog officially by mentioning a couple of points that I had mentioned before I begin the trip. So first thing, we went on the TATA Harrier. We went in a TATA Harrier, so it is my friend's car. This is the first version of the Harrier that was launched. So as soon as the car was launched, I think this was 17th or 18th vehicle that got delivered. So it had its own set of issues when the car was newly launched. I think half of the time this car was in the service center itself because they had the issues with the clutch and all, acceleration clutch and uneven power delivery. And so I think these are the main issues that the car had. But overall, I think Tata Harrier is one solid car. If anyone wants to buy a Harrier, I think they should go ahead and buy it. See, the only reason I'm proposing Harrier compared to a Tiguan is because Tiguan is a smaller car compared to a Harrier, and also the price bracket is different. You can't compare this. So that is a segment higher than the Tiguan for sure. And we went 5 people in the car. It was super comfortable even in the back, and we are like heavy personalities. Myself, my other couple, we're like decent medium sized personalities, having a little bit muscular body and all. So we were all decent enough and very satisfied with the comfort in the back seat as well, right? That you can't have in a Tiguan because this is basically a 4-seater car, and this has its own benefits anyways. But having said that, Harrier is a great car. But there's a huge but there are a few things that Tata should improve in it, because I have been in the same car to Goa as well. So I have clocked around close to 4 to 5,000 kilometers of driving on this Harrier at least. This is my second trip because the reason I wanted to do after this trip was there are a lot of software updates that happened over the last 2 years in this Harrier, and so I wanted to check on that. So the steering is definitely lighter. I think the clutch, brake pedal, they're good. They're decent enough, but the travel is too long for sure. I'm not a big fan of that. And the main important thing in the car would be the ergonomics, right? So I think it's a super comfortable car, no doubt. But for some reason, it is an European based car from the Land Rover DNA. So you even have the fuel cap on the right, like you have in the German cars. So basically, due to this architecture, there are a few issues that the Harrier faces, and that is the engine bay, right? It actually extrudes a little to the right because in the European cars you have the steering on to the left, so you have a lot of gap over there to spread your legs, at least for the driver. But here, that same as it has come, and you have the engine bay protruded onto the right, and your knee kind of tucks in into that, and that is something of a problem because during driving, right, if you are a tall rider, you won't be having any issue for sure because you'll be sitting proper low, and then you'll be but if you want to I'll not say super tall rider, but actually if you're an average height rider, 5'7", 5'8", I think it should be okay. But if you're too short, if you're too tall, yeah, you will be having a problem because your knee will start hurting after some time because it will be hitting the dashboard very harshly, right? And also the travel is so long, so you have to be pushing it literally down and up, and that will hit the dashboard again. So that is a big minus that I thought probably they need to change that in the next versions. And the next thing is the drivability of the car. I think the car is really great on the road. It's very it is stable, it is planted and all. But again, I truly feel that Tata has not given their best in this car, right? If you drive a Jeep Compass that has the same engine as that of Harriers, and then if you drive a Tiguan or Creta, right, you can feel that this is a new age car, right? The smoothness of the engine, how it accelerates, everything. The driving dynamics look very great. That doesn't seem with the Harrier. It seems really very old style. The older cars will have the jerky kind of a thing. I am not very happy with that. So even if you drive a Land Rover car, right, you don't have that deep travel. You don't have that kind of very hard steering. Probably it's an hydraulic steering. You can make it smoother. Now it's a little far better, smoother than before. But having said that, they can do a really great job in making this a true driver's car because that is what it is supposed to be. And there are no issues with the car whatsoever, except for the small things that they have to rectify and make sure that you make this a perfect driver's car. right? So that is my point. And also in the Harrier, if you have noticed, right, the most successful model in the Harrier is that of the automatic. That is the most preferred car than the because I think that is what they got it right with the Hyundai gearbox and the engine. I think they mingle very nicely, and that is a very smooth experience, and many people prefer to buy that. Even after driving the manual yesterday, because now I'm driving the automatic, I true felt that the car was a little jerky in the lower revs. The tuning should be good. I think the whole steering geometry, the brake pedal, accelerator, the clutch can't be so. It's like this, right? Just understand. Just because your car has gotten bigger, doesn't mean these all things needs to get big as well, right? You can have the same steering geometry like a Polo or an i20 in an Harrier. There's nothing wrong in that, because that's the comfort level that you can drive the car with. You just because you are having a bigger car don't mean you have a really big steering like a bus or a truck, right? So it is not about the steering or something, but it is just a geometry, the comfort level with the steering and the whole thing. It feels jerky, the gearbox and all. It is a little jerky for sure, and that I have heard from a lot of people. So this is nothing negative. This is nothing negative. So this is my true personal opinion, and people like to drive that. Okay, you have to mind this, that people really who like a rugged car, you can definitely go for the Harrier. You will really like it. But in the new age, when you compare it to the Cretas, the Seltos, or probably any other like Tycoon, any other brand, right? There are very smoothened out and very driver friendly cars, right? So if you want a rugged experience, go for the Harrier, no doubt for sure. So that's what it is. So that's about the Harrier, guys. So I really love that car for whatsoever reason, because I had a small journey with it, and I really love that car. I was actually planning to get the Harrier at the beginning, but again, these are small things that I thought are not a really flagship. It's not flagship worthy, right? So because Tata has done really great over the years, and they're bringing out really strong cars. But I think they should focus more on making the drivability and this all. Probably it's like you're driving a huge Tata Sumo or something of that sort. But that it should not be there. But whatever it is, I think it's definitely a great car. People can go ahead and buy it. If you really want a rugged experience, go for the manual. If you want a smooth, super experience, go for the automatic. And I did feel a lot of vibrations in the car, because it definitely being a diesel, you can feel a little bit of the vibes inside the car. But again, that is something that is common with the diesel, so that's what it is. And coming to the second point, I wanted to mention that I am planning to sell my camera. That is an Nikon D750. I have 2 lenses with it. So it just crossed around 10,000 shots with it. The shutter count is I think around 10,200 or something. It was 980 when I started off from Hyderabad, so it should have crossed 10,200 or something. I'll keep you posted on that. So I'm planning to sell it off now. I think I had bought it around 3.5 years back, and then the COVID struck, and I didn't use it, but still 10,000 is a good number. And it's a very less for a full frame DSLR as well. So if anyone is interested to buy it, please DM me on Instagram. Probably we can strike out a good deal on that as well. So the reason I'm selling it is because I want to upgrade to an Sony Alpha. I love my D750 no matter what. So I had a real great time specifically in this trip with the D750. I think after a long time, because this was totally a photographer's delight. Aurangabad is the photographer's delight. So that's the reason I love that. But the thing is, I have to part ways with it. The only reason being video, right? The video in a DSLR is very bad, except for a few cameras like the Canon NTD and all. I think the video is real bad, and this being a full frame camera, Nikon specifically had very bad autofocus for video, and that is really bad. And I am having trouble making videos with the DSLR, because I'm making it with the GoPro, and GoPro is decent enough for vlogging. But again, if you really want some cinematic shots and all, you do need to have a nice prime lens and great full frame body, right? Like a mirrorless that has a real good focus and rack focus and all. You can do a lot with that. So that's the only reason I'm planning to So that's the only reason I'm planning to sell it off. I want to get the Sony Alpha 7C. As soon as I sell it off, probably in a month or two, I'll plan to get that one. And one more reason was the when I made up my mind of selling this was during my Ladakh trip last year. I had my camera. If you have seen my vlogs, I would take my backpack everywhere where I went in Ladakh, and my backpack itself is around 8 to 9 kgs, and I traveled whole Ladakh with that in that high altitude, low oxygen atmosphere, and the camera itself weighs so heavy, right? And it is big, heavy, and all. I had a real trouble in Ladakh. I never have, because I got habituated of hanging a camera, so it's like an extended body part for myself. So that's what I think about it. But again, having said that, I need a all rounder of a camera wherein I can take real cinematic shots. I can also have a nice photographer's delight with it, right? So that's about it, and it is in very good shape. It performs excellently. There's no issue, no matter what. So that's what is planning, and probably I want to sell it off as soon as possible. So that's the thing, guys. So if you have watched the vlog till now, please do subscribe, like and share. I know that many of the people are watching this but not subscribing. Please do subscribe, guys. It's just a click that you need to do over there, because that will really help me move ahead in my YouTube journey and to do a lot more awesome content that I want to do. See, the number of subscribers definitely help me to put more effort on things that I can shed light on more things. I have a lot of knowledge base that I wanted to share with people, and I can take a lot of knowledge from you guys as well, right? So that's an idea. So hopefully you have liked the Aurangabad trip, the vlogs and all. Please let me know what I can do better. Please do like, share and subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.